Hey everybody, it's Primus, and today we're going to be taking a look at Age of the Prime's Vortex. And there is some flash. There's some fucking flash right here. Let me take care of it. Alright. I think you guys can see this. There's a little bit of flash coming off his right hip. Just like Primus' forearm. Gonna go ahead and take care of that. Goodness, what is with this lately? Oop, there we go. Age of the Prime's Vortex. I have such mixed opinions on this thing, and I know it's because I spoiled myself. The only other G1 style Vortex I have is a third-party offering, so of course this isn't going to be as good. But it makes some compromises that I'm really not sure were entirely necessary for the good of the figure. Anyway, I'm going to start off by taking a look at the box. 30 doll heads. 30. This is, okay, I know I have a slightly increased price getting this from my local shop. It also guarantees me that I get this without having to pay shipping, without having to hunt it down. Gas alone, this is cheaper. But it is a gorgeous box, now with the window back. I really missed these. 1 out of 5 for, of course, Bruticus, pictured here. Not out until October for Japan, not really sure what's going on there. But it is a gorgeous box that fits right in with my Studio Series collection. Whew. So, right out of the box, we have a gorgeous figure. Very sleek, smooth to the touch, especially in alt mode. Now, Age of the Primes. The story here is everyone is a Prime or is a descendant from one. Designer Mark has decided that Vortex here is a direct descendant of Megatronus, hoping he made the correct call with that one. I don't really know anything about his personality. I don't know anything about him as an individual. I really just see him as part of the team. I tried looking it up, and there wasn't much info, other than some stuff he had done. Vortex stands get at me in the comments. So before we begin, why was he like that? Why is he like that? I'll get to it. I'll get to it. He's a great figure, but fresh out of the box, there was something not mentioned in the instructions, and that was how to arm guards. These. He comes with them like this. That is a choice to have them like that or like this. Luckily, the designer is compensated for it by making them easily removable. Just a friction joint here. Boop. Again, nothing in the instructions about this either. Oh goodness, boop. Instantly, I feel better about this figure. Also, why? Why was this necessary? I'm sure we could have had another solution for this. I understand. Vortex here is only a deluxe class, and there's only so much you can do within proper budget for both size and parts count. I just feel like there must have been some other way we could have made this happen. End result is fine. It's fine. But it does leave you with these two absolute chunks of nothingness to just, like, I guess you could sort of put it around his fist if you wanted. It's not very good for that. But what is good for that is this. They have decided to make the rotor detachable, and this is a wonderful piece. Smooth glide, if I can manage to get everything out of the way. That is the hard part. Admittedly easier with his tail pieces on. Had to do that off camera. Not as easy plugging back in as they are getting off. But this has a good glide to it. It just keeps going. That was a weak spin. I feel like a lot of his problems have pieces designed to compensate for it, and they do compensate really well. It just... it would have been nice if you didn't have the problems to begin with. So, some people might not be a fan of the backpack coming up to the top here. They made it movable. That's great. It also uncovers the hex port at the back for a flight stand. And it shouldn't have been covered. It should not have been covered. Easy fix. It's there. I know. Taking a closer look at the chest, he does have some very simplistic molding here, detailing just a splash of color, make it look accurate, not overly detailed like Siege. Unfortunately, we do have another problem here with these weird half hands. They really, really wanted them to fit in the tail here. Oh no! Oh no! At the cost of... what is this? That front? From the front? Great. What? It just feels like it's gonna snap one day. It's strong enough to hold, but no. No! I've just received word. Vortex here is a crazed interrogator. That's all the information I have. Vortex here has a fair bit of articulation. Starting off with the head, it does have a full 360 degrees, but you may notice the color is broken up by this unseemly, unsightly... Okay, so the landing gear is stored in the head. Cool. It's blue. Here are the other two. They're gray. Why would you do this? It just breaks it up unnecessarily. Arm thrusters here have about 180. Not really sure if they're supposed to stick straight out or down. I'm seeing a couple different pictures for this. Again, rotation at the backpack. Full 360 degrees, as long as the arm cable's not getting in the way. Full 90 at the knee. Straight 90 almost. Thigh swivel. Toe and heel, as well as an ankle pivot. No wrist rotation, though we do have a bicep swivel. And full range on the shoulder. You just have to make sure you don't get caught up in the back blades. Oh, dang. Legs come straight out any direction. That's nice. Slight tilt with the head. Ball joints are a little restrictive sometimes, but it gets the job done. And 360 at the waist. For size comparison, here we have Vortex along with fellow Alpha Deluxe class cast members, Wasp and Crasher. Can't forget to put them next to a couple weirdos. Here we have Vortex next to Humikane Shimada, Optimus Prime, and Badinyan. Along with a mishmash variety of fellow Combiner arm bots. Damn it! That's right, Vortex being part of Bruticus means we have yet another skeleton combiner on the way. Now we can separate this man into his combiner components one of two ways. We can use something small and pointy, a knife or screwdriver, and hope we don't mess it up. Or we can use something designed for it, roughly. Here we have Age of the Prime's Superion arm, which this is compatible with. But to get Vortex here ready for combination, we're going to have to get him into his vehicle mode first. And prior to that, instructions. So I did mention that there was a lack of diagram here for showing how to actually take the arms out of the tail, but there's a few other points here. At no point in the instructions does it ever actually mention moving this out of the way for hexport. It does say it for transformation, but it is completely unnecessary for transformation. It also mentions to pop the rotor out, but that's not required either. First thing we're going to want to do is strip him of all his guns. They are rather plentiful with this one. Straighten him out. Ooh, not ready for that quite yet. And we're going to work from the nose backward, so from the feet up. So we're going to take Vortex here, and what has become very commonplace since Combiner Wars, we're just going to open up the shins, slide the arm in, leg, excuse me, and close it up. Repeat with the other side. And look at that. No rotation needed of this. It really wants you to turn it out of the way so you can, nope. Just close them up and push it in. Close up the feet, and we have the nose. Next up, one of the most pointless transformation steps I have ever seen. I'm going to rotate the head and put this face cover over using the included tabs. Helps if I actually look at the figure. Why? Why? I'll show you what I mean in a minute. This is useless. The only thing it does is unblock the arms from moving up, which could have just let them move up to begin with. Make sure you keep the face straight. Yeah. Next we're going to take the arms, rotate the thrusters 180, make sure they're pointing up, bring the tail in over the fists, swing them up. We're going to use that hinge and sort of just rotate everything in. So again, swing up, hinge, and slide it in. Make sure everything tabs in together. We're going to take the tail rotor, slide it that way. Now, step 18 of the instructions, everything I can find shows it being wrong. Showing it to be pointing up, really what you want it to do is point down. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry. This is just what I have found. Also, there is a notch right in here, and a corresponding bump on this piece. It's all that's for. I'm going to open up the rotors, and there we go. I mean, this is beautiful, but it does have some glaring issues. Again, why did this one need to be blue? Visible head syndrome, it really feels like it's missing a quarter, maybe a fifth of its alt mode. We have these, the way the chest tapers in for the hips, they just left that out. Now I have seen an upgrade kit that actually fills this out and stores, I think, on the shins or maybe inside. Just a lot of unnecessary items. Vortex in vehicle mode here, sort of resembling an unlicensed UH-60 Blackhawk. He does have plenty of places to store his guns, but he unfortunately lacks a hex port in this mode. So this is what I was talking about with the visible head syndrome as well. This mask here, it folds up, but it barely covers anything. Like, the huge brick here is still kind of an issue. I don't... Anyway, numerous ports for these guns. Officially showing this one here, this one here, and I believe this one back here. Though there are several others. You can plug them into the shins, or I would recommend not these middle ones, but these outside ones back here, under the tail, even the side. Under the feet as well, but we'll get to that in just a minute. Again, size comparison, here we have Age of the Prime's Crasher, re-release, of course, and Wasp. As well as his mismatched partners over here. The reason I say I've been absolutely spoiled, and these two little silly beans from earlier. But yeah, this blue landing gear here really should have been gray to blend in with everything else. It has no difference. Anyway. Still sits very, very flat. Reminds me of something out of Cars, sneering little helicopter. But these toes and heels here, actually undocumented, shift up a bit, and getting into that. They are for placing the guns. I believe, yes, there's just enough clearance for that. Placing the guns when you attach to an arm. As Onslaught is not out just yet, we're going to be using a Superion arm here. It's perfectly compatible and making people ask, beg for an Alpha Bravo. Remember when everyone hated it? Yeah. Now we love him. I have seen customs of him already. See, this allows for keeping the guns on the wrist. Although you can also peg them back here, kind of flesh it out just a little bit. But we're going to clamp him on to Superion arm super, super tight. There is actually just something wrong with this. I am going to wait for the second arm to come in and try to figure that out. I'm just going to have to file down, I think, all the tabs coming off the arm because it is ridiculously strong. I'm gonna work on this off camera. Alright, worked on it off camera a little bit, finally got it to push down enough to separate without injuring it. So this is roughly what we can expect from the Bruticus limb. Gotta say, not too bad. This is what you're paying for, right? It's an expensive deluxe without really feeling fully fleshed out. This is why we're paying this much. It's all about the combiner component. Look at that. They still couldn't get the fists right. Ended up poking them out the bottom anyway. But yeah, here it is with the guns mounted underneath the back and connected with his compatible or semi-compatible partners here. I have found a lot of extra play value in messing with these things, making extra little robot modes that truly should not happen by connecting everything. So yeah, while I do have some major grievances with this figure, and some of them I feel may be rightly so, this figure is very sturdy. It looks mostly great in all modes, and it really tries to minimize the cut corners in order to make an excellent figure. And I do feel like this is one of those rare instances where the more of a similar robot you have, the more fun that can be had. I'm still not sure if I can justify $25 to $30 USD for it, you know, but in the end, it's really all about the whole gestalt. The other two modes are kind of just a bonus. I think this is a really solid figure that you're definitely going to want to pick up. Don't miss out on it, because the combined mode is definitely going to be worth the wait. This has been Primus. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that bell. I will see you next time. Take care. Age of the Primes. What? Damn it. Quite the mixed opinion. Damn it.
Look at the backdrop. Look at the backdrop. Give me the fucking. I ironed the thing and it's still not fucking smooth.
Have I made it worse? I may have made it worse. Shit fuck down, shit fuck down, do. Fuck
fuck, I need my headband, man. It's... Whew. I have been wasting too much time.
Got my fucking large coffee from Sonic. No, get out of here. Not that one.
I'm feeling... It's so hot in here. Shit. Ugh, my heart is pounding. It's not the coffee.
I need some air. We'll get into that in just a minute. Along with a mishmash variety of fellow... Great. How have I been doing this for 20 minutes? I've been fucking up a lot. Oh, I'm so tired. Dude, it's past midnight, and I still haven't woken up. Where's my coffee? There's my coffee.
Coffee. Green tea.
Was there no other solution for the hands? It just...
The hand thing really cheeses me off.
Green tea.